We
Let's
got
get to
this.
this story. Here is the story. Now, first we're going to do is Andor, but we're going to talk about this one. And Kathleen Kennedy we've heard it before, but they say this time she's stepping down from Lucasfilm in August. Kathleen Kennedy is, who are these people? I don't know who these people are. I don't care who these people are. Kathleen Kennedy is leaving her post at the top of Lucasfilm this year, and Matt Belloni reported via his Puck newsletter 2 months ago. Now, Jeff Schneider revealed that the producer turned executive will be stepping down from the company this August, as opposed to the end of the year or even early 2026, like someone expected. Just last week, during Star Wars Celebration, Screen Rant asked Kennedy about her departure, to which she replied, "I'm not retiring. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere." This is the same line she gave Deadline back in February when the news first broke. And of course, it's deliberately misleading. In fact, during that Deadline interview, she confirmed news of her exit, and it would be coming within a year. The report never said Kathleen Kennedy was retiring from filmmaking, but rather that she was stepping down as Lucasfilm president. She's not going anywhere because she'll still be a producer on multiple Star Wars films she's currently developing with the company.
Boo. Sorry.
The big question is, of course, about her successor. Dave Filoni's still at the top of the charts from where we're standing, but reporting from a couple of months ago seemed to indicate he wouldn't be the only one to take on the position. A likely candidate, as we've been predicting for a year, would be his trusted producer, Carrie Beck, whom Filoni credited multiple times in Japan as the brains behind several operations, like bringing back the Clone Wars and doing the Tales of series. Beck didn't attend the convention because she was in London getting everything up to date so that Ahsoka could start filming within the next few days. But by August, Ahsoka could have wrapped already, making it a good time for Filoni and his potential partner to step up. On the other hand, season 1 started filming around mid-May and wrapped in early November, a 6-month shoot, which would put season 2's wrap date around mid to late October. As expected, even if not entirely ruled out, no plans for the future were announced during the weekend in Tokyo. The how and the when this formal announcement will happen will likely be revealed in due time. All right, so I guess first thing we would say here
is good riddance.
Well, do you know if she's actually going to go, though, is the question.
Well, let me tell you something. I hated Ahsoka. I cannot. I'm down to. Hey, did you ever watch Firefly? I'm down to watching old series of space adventures because I need my fix.
Right.
And that Firefly is not bad. That's a whole other thing. But I need my fix. I'm watching Dune over and over again. I'm watching Firefly. Maybe I'll throw in the first Mandalorian season. But it has gone to shit under her watch. So I'm happy. I hope she's going. That's my 2 cents.
Roxy, what do you think?
It's so hard for me to take any of this seriously because we do this show every 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy is resigning. She's leaving. She's being ousted. Is it on her own free will? Who's coming in next? Like every 6 weeks, there's a major report about this. So I'll believe it when I see it. It's hard for me to get really invested in who's coming after her when I'm like, I don't even know if she's going to leave. We really don't know.
We don't know. We have no clue whether or not she's going to leave or not. And I wonder, the same thing Roxy says here, and that is, we've heard it a million times over, but there's more reports to it. But I think what they said in the report, which I agree with, is that this is her wording was done on purpose. Like I'm not going anywhere. I'm not retiring. She's still producing. She's still producing overall. So I think that, to me, Rox, you could see where she's going to probably step down, give the reins over to someone else, and she will have producing credits on a lot of these movies that they announced and some of the ones that they announced at Celebration. Now, I want to see what Carrie Beck would be interesting. I know that I've said, I do think.
I don't know one thing about her. Can you give me a little rundown?
Yeah, she's been there for a bit. She's been hiring. She's one of the people that brought in my buddy Derek Hoffman, who you know, Rox. And she works with a lot of people over there. And from what I've heard, people like working with her, and she's got a good understanding on it. So the position and I've been pretty vocal that I think that they should probably just start hiring all new people and no one from that regime. But it works for me if they get her. Okay, Filoni is a bad choice. Not who knows, bad choice.
Why is that now?
Dude, he does so many. He lives in this animation world, and his, like you said, Ahsoka. There's no world. We'll jump into it. Andor season 2 might be the best Star Wars thing since Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yeah, I've seen the whole
You
season.
just said that.
And it's better than season 1.
Is it?
It's better written. It's written for you can actually, it seems like it should be on HBO Max. It's
I like it.
Yes. I was going to tell you this, Roxy, that this is a show that even though you thought 1, you're like, okay, you will love season 2.
Cool.
I enjoyed 1.
If you enjoyed season 1, you'll love it. She thought it was okay.
I liked it.
She liked you will love season 2. All right, let's talk about Stitch Fix. I know shopping's hard. I know it is. I found a much better way to do it, though. Stitch Fix, online personal styling, and makes it so easy. I'm not a shopping person. Doesn't matter. Even if I can figure out my size, stores never seem to really have what I need in stock. Then I'm not a crowds person. I'm not a lines person. I don't have the time for it. Stitch Fix, it gets you a stylist who understands your style, understands the size, gets the budget. They do all the shopping for you. So I just give my stylist the one that I have right now. I give them the size, I give them the style, I give the budget preferences. I order boxes when I want, how I want, no subscription required. And he just sends me for pieces, pluses, outfit recommendations, styling tips. It's awesome. I keep what works, and then I send back the rest. It's very easy. There's no stores, there's no crowds, there's no stress. Just personalized looks that you're going to love. Stitch Fix makes it all so easy. And it looks like you know what you're doing, too. If you're walking around, you go, hey, look at you. You're in style. I said, I know, right? And then I give Stitch Fix some props. Anyway, make style easy. Get started today at stitchfix.com/KHS. One more time, stitchfix.com/KHS.
But the way, Matt, that people talk about season 1 of Andor is like it's God's gift to this planet. Everybody said that it was the best show of what was that year, 2023. It was unbelievable. So I think it was kind of overhyped for me because I watched it and just thought, that was good.
You know what it is? I think people are watching Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and all these other ones, and then they get something like Andor. They're like, all right, I can have this. This is good.
Yeah, maybe by comparison.
Yeah, it's surrounded by shit, maybe. You know,
now why are you jumping over there? Now you're jumping over there. Now you're jumping over there.
What you are doing, Kristian, is like
taller in this business.
Do you know how hard this is, Roxy, right now? Because I wasn't expecting.
I just stopped in. I did a movie reaction. I watched that. You see Mickey 17, by the way?
I loved Mickey 17.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'll wait for a reaction for everybody to really know what I thought. And then I was about to leave. I was in there,
having a meeting. You're having a meeting.
Yeah, seeing a man.
You're going back for Firefly. Are you watching any new sci-fi stuff? Like, are you watching Severance or Silo or Dark Matter?
I just got done with Severance.
Okay.
Now, is everybody done with Severance here?
We can spoil. You can give us.
I don't have to spoil.
We'll do for people who haven't seen it. We're gonna give a quick.
Yeah, I don't have to spoil.
No, all right, don't spoil. Never mind. No spoilers.
But I will say this though, I enjoyed that series. Me and my wife watched the whole thing. We went through it pretty quickly, and it should be called. This isn't my show. I'll clean it up a little bit. What the heck?
Yeah.
I usually drop the F-bomb a lot, but I cleaned it up for your show.
I like that. I appreciate that.
Every episode, at least once, I'm saying, what the heck is going on here? You know what I mean? Every episode to the ending. And now that it's over, what the F?
Yeah.
I'm still confused. The goats, you know what I mean? I mean, what's going on?
Marching band?
Huh?
The marching band?
The marching band. I like that they had to complete. How long was that number? How long was that number they're going for? But I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it. All right, how about this? I don't want spoilers, but there might have to be spoilers because I got to ask you both about this.
All right. I have. Right. So I want to give the audience.
Yeah. So jump out for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Come
If you haven't seen this,
Severance
season 2, we're giving a spoiler. You've been warned.
Explain this shit to me. All right. Now, did he just? Now, are all the innies gonna die? Did he choose just to go with, the main chick instead of his wife?
Right.
Like, is it one of those open to how you interpret it? Like, what's going on here?
I think the hard thing is that you can't even get to that point because what we know now is that his wife, who everybody thinks is dead by that car accident, is about to go out into the real world. And people are going to realize she's not dead. She's been inside. So I think that all eyes are going to be on Lumen. So they're not going to be able to just off the innies.
Yeah.
because they now know that this girl is an innie on the outside and what happened. And also, I don't think that he actually chose his Helly over his wife. I think he thinks he did that, but I think that that probably is Helena doing her bait and switch thing again, because I don't think Helly would have tried to convince him to stay. I think
Oh.
Helena Egan convinced him to
Interesting.
stay.
I have a huge problem with everything. Didn't he? No, I'm sorry. I want to get right to the. There's a certain point in this where he said to his sister, "I seen her body." So he's seen her dead body. He went to the more. He went. So that's a major. I have a problem with that. So could somebody explain that to me?
Yeah, they probably just had her under or something.
What do you mean?
I think that the entire reason that Lumen is here is to work on putting consciousness into people again. So that's what the entire process is. That's what the goats are about. That's what they're doing testing on. That's what all the numbers are about. So I do think he saw her dead body, and then Lumen took her, and now somehow they have either had her consciousness stored, or whatever Mark was doing was bringing it back to fully put it in her while she's in those 7 different places. I think that all has to do with it, but I'm sure she was dead until she probably staged by them or because of them, so they could take her and mess with her.
She might be like a Mickey 17 type of thing.
Maybe, but
it's fucking. It's so strange. Though.
Let's jump back to the other show.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. All right.
I do. The only reason I think any of this stuff, Matt, is because I spend like hours going down these rabbit holes on TikTok and social of like, how could this be? What are the theories? And there isn't source material like this. There is for a lot of other.
You should have her on Geeking Out and have her talking about Severance. You geek out over Severance.
100%. No, we should do that. Is there a season 3 coming out?
That's Ben Stiller said yes.
I will. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah. Well, but if we're jumping back now, spoilers are over for the chat, so don't worry. But going back to the Kathleen Kennedy of it all, and the idea, what you asked me as far as Filoni, the reason I think the other reason is I believe that he lives in his own corner and what Star Wars should be, and I don't think he expands the playground out to other creators in the way that he feels that they have to follow kind of his philosophies, the thing that he learned from George, so he knows best, that type of thing.
Okay.
So, and I feel like when you see Andor season 2 and you see like that's the kind of stuff that Star Wars should be making now. And I realize not everything needs this. This show is dark, by the way. This show is dark. They do a few things in this show this season 2 that I'm very shocked. Not only that they did it in Star Wars, but I'm also very shocked that they use certain language to describe certain things that they do. And I'm also shocked that it was approved. But now, do I think that every Star Wars show should be that serious and that dark? No. The time calls for it for the time period that they're in.
So like you think Skeleton Crew should still exist, even though you didn't watch it, because you think that there should be all different things that happen in Star Wars.
Yeah, that show's harder for me to talk about because I don't have enough. I've seen 2 episodes. I don't have enough reference to it to really talk about it. But you look at something like, let's say, where Matt brought up Ahsoka, right? Ahsoka just to me seems like you could have done that show as an animated show, and it would have been better as an animated show because the animation that plays, you can do certain things animation that don't look goofy when you try to do it in live action, and you forgive certain things because it is animation, and the suspension disbelief is easier in animation. And the writing is, it's like you can write for 25 minutes to 30 minutes in animated and it works. The Andor episodes are like 45 minutes to almost an hour. And the other ones are like 25 minutes to 30. And they spend, let's do this is a Filoni special. Let's do a big, huge monster and pew, 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 pew. And then nothing with building out the characters. And then you're left with, oh, that was okay. I'm telling you, when people see season 2, you're going to get the people going, it's boring. There's too much talking. You're going to get that. People will do that. And the first 2 episodes of this show are okay, right? They're good. From 3 on, it just takes off.
Let's go.
And
do you understand why they do the 3-3-3-3?
Yeah, 100%. It's very clear. They're essentially
Because Matt, they're releasing this where they're doing it 3 episodes a week, so it's going to be done within 4 weeks. They're dropping
Right.
3 episodes
There's
every
tonight.
week.
Well, you both are in on the why they're doing the 333 thing. Let me and the audience in.
So
Why?
I would say, well, Roxy was curious why they were doing it, so I think that I can definitely fill that in now. The question is, why are they doing 3-3-3-3? Because there's 12 episodes, and so the first.
Because initially, Kristian, when people heard that, they were like, why are they trying to burn through this? Does the series suck? Why do they want to get rid of it in a month?
No, I understand. So each 3 episodes are basically one are blocks, and then it skips a year, right? So you go 3 episodes that will air tonight, and then next week will be a year has passed, and there's 3 more episodes from that block.
Interesting.
Then a year will pass from the week prior, and then in 4 weeks they'll close it up. But it's like, you're gonna be left with, I gotta see how this arc ends up. Like it's like the first arc, these 3 tonight, like I said, it ends strong. So it's like the first 2, and then it ends strong. The second 2 arcs, like next week's and the week after that, this is gonna be some holy shit moments. It's gonna be. There's been water cooler talk on Star Wars for a while. I think there'll be a few of those for this show.
Oh, there's been talk, all right.
No, but like good talk.
Oh, that's what I want. I miss the good talk.
Yeah, I think there's good talk here, and I think the Empire has not been like menacing since like the original trilogy. They haven't been menacing, and they're menacing, and it really does feel in that way that it feels like Nazi Germany. Like there's many times you're watching this show and you're like, oh, I'm in Europe in the 1940s. Like it feels like that purposely, and they're devastating. They're menacing, and they're ruthless. And
this is where I'm such a casual Star Wars fan. Who are the main characters of this season?
It's Andor. It's Andor again, and our cast of characters that we had: Andor, Luthen, Bix. Like
we got to be getting his sidekick in this series. I know you don't want to give nothing. Aha! You gave it away in your face.
I don't know who you're going to give away. I don't know who's going to be there.
He's going to be in the series.
I don't know who's going to be in the series. I'm not sure.
Just fucking with him, Roxy. That big robot's making an appearance. What's his name again?
K2SO.
Ooh,
yeah.
You got that. You went that came out right away.
Oh, he's one of my favorite characters.
3rd episode he's in.
He's one of my favorite characters.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, so all this kind of combines together with, and we'll get into like the reviews and what people are saying about it in just a second. But I think that going back to the original story, Rocks, with Kathleen Kennedy, if she steps down, I know you don't really have a stake in the game. You just want whoever gets put in the position to do.
It's just not my, if this was DC, I'd be sitting here pitching you who I thought should take over.
Right.
But because it's Star Wars and this isn't as much as I've seen every Star Wars property at live action, at least, and I like Star Wars a lot. I love Star Wars as a casual fan. I have I can't sit here and point fingers. I don't know the inner workings. I don't know who I would want to take over. Just whoever you think is best for the job probably is who I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think Carrie Beck, I get for sure. But I think that I think Filoni's a mistake.
And why? You got a problem with James Gunn, Roxy?
No, I think he's perfect. I'm really, really excited about him. I'm just saying, if this was prior to Gunn and Safran taking over and you had been like, who are your suggestions? I could have told you what direction I think DC should go in. I have no idea what direction I think Star Wars should go in. I've loved every trilogy of Star Wars that there's been. There's never been a trilogy that I didn't like. There was never I just kind of am an easy mark when it comes to Star Wars.
What'd you think of the Acolyte?
I think I liked it.
Yeah,
the power of one. This is the best part of it. The power of two. Are you ready for the last part?
Go ahead.
The power of many.
No, this is the one that I think I really liked, Kristian, when it was on, right?
I was. They're all like, "Boo!"
Wait, no, I liked this one a lot. I remember now because the way that Matt, there's something about me. I watch 120 shows a year. So once there's been like 6 months between something, I'm like, which one is that? No, I like the way this one ended. I thought that
you want to give Roxy props though. I give Roxy props because Roxy goes, look, she goes, when we were watching this show and watching it, she's like, clearly the show shouldn't have a season 2 because
clearly.
Yeah, she's like, because people hated it and the ratings weren't great and they spent too much money on it. So it's not, you can't like, and that's what I love about her. She'll be like, yeah, I liked it, but clearly like people didn't.
I thought it was fun. I remember, there's cool fights and I like Jedi stuff. So I was
listen, you like the pretty swords that light up. No, you don't really get too deep.
Kinda.
That's it. No, some people, they just want some cool looking
dude. I'm telling you. So if you're looking for what you're looking for, you have to watch Andor.
Oh, no,
all 3 episodes tonight. Look, the first 2 episodes, like I don't like Andor's storyline for the first 2 episodes. Everybody else's storyline I love. I don't love his storyline for the first 2. After the first 2, I love where he goes.
Okay.
I wonder where people are going to go.
That's why like when people are like losing credibility or whatever, I have no credibility when it comes to Star Wars. That's not what I'm looking for. I literally put it on. I'm like, that's fun. Like, what was the if I see Hayden Christensen, it's the best series of all time. I love him. So
well, they announced that he's coming back for Ahsoka season 2.
Yeah, but remember when I liked Obi-Wan and everybody was like, this sucks, and I was like, it might suck. I love it. Give me more.
Right. You're not trying to
like Hayden.
So you don't really have like you said, you don't have a stake in the game of who's gonna run. But do we all think that let's ask this and then we're gonna go to break and Matt's gotta
I got Talios waiting.
I know. So
there's questions for Matt in the chat though, and I want those.
Let's go.
Oh, are there?
Oh,
there was a few, so I know that we get to them at the end, but he won't be here.
I'll bring up.
I'll bring you some questions.
If there's anyone's for Matt, I'll bring up.
I'm hijacking this shit. No, sorry. Go ahead.
You should. Go ahead. So, question for you and Matt. Roxy, start with you first. Is this report this time real? Does Kathleen Kennedy step down in August?
I kind of think when there's enough smoke, there's fire. And there's just been so much smoke for so long that I don't know about the timeline, but eventually, homegirl's going to step down.
August, but specifically this August, this report.
August feels like weird timing to me. But maybe I would guess not August.
Matt?
I don't, does she go? I hope she goes. I mean, listen, I'm not big
She's
on
going to be a
prayer,
producer on this anyway.
Listen,
I'm not big on prayer.
Well, I'm not going to.
I hear you.
My point is this. Yeah. She stinks. I think that we need some new blood.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel. I feel we got to revamp Star Wars. We got to bring it back to the old school. Explore all those books and stories and comics.
Good luck.
That the fans love so much.
Not if Filoni's in there, you're not getting that. Doesn't matter if Kathleen Kennedy's gone or not.
Him and his stupid hat better get his shit together.
I hope so. I hope so. But I think she will be gone. I think she's going to step down because I think as far as the position goes, I think as she will be a producer on the movies. That's why I think it was strategic. I think there was a reason why she mentioned Taika Waititi.
Do you think August she will step down?
Yes, and I think that she will have a producing credit on all of those movies that she just talked about. She's going to be very similar to like Amy Pascal at Sony. She's going to have a credit on a lot of different movies, which is fine. She's just not going to make the decisions of what goes forward. That's why she's essentially mapping out the movies that are going to be coming out for the next 5 years. They will be under her watch. And then it's like, okay, well, whoever's good luck running it from, past 5 years from now. So we'll see, but I do think she's going. But I ask the audience, what do you guys think? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Do you think that she's going to go? Is she going to stay? Put your thoughts in there. We want to know.